One for Musakarala Primary School and the Mombo Primary School. Are there dates on them there, apart from the head teacher's dates, on the date stamp? Chair, I know you are struggling. It's very unfortunate that it's not well guided, not well paged. Yes, on Masakarala, are you there on Masakarala Primary School?
Oh, correct.
Yes, are you there?
Yes, sir.
What date did you prepare that delivery note?
Unfortunately, Chair, there's no date.
Sorry?
There's no date, unfortunately.
There's no date?
No.
Let's go to the next page. Mombo Primary School. What date did you prepare that delivery note?
Then it has no date, Chair.
It has no date? So according to you, which dates did you prepare those delivery notes? Because, and how authentic can they be? Because they are not fully acquitted. Not properly acquitted, and you bring before your committee. At the honorable members of parliament will put the dates for us. We start now acquitting on your behalf. Is that a normal operation of the council? Through you, Chair. CS. Is that how you are supposed to do things?
No, Chair.
Okay. Let's come to the same. Chair, through you.
Yes.
On the same delivery notes, let's go back to Musakala Primary School. Let's assume this was the 27th of March 2025, according to the stamp of the head teacher at Musakala. We go to Mombo. According to the stamp of the head teacher there, it is saying 7th of April 2025. We go to the next one, MPULUNGU Primary. This one was prepared, this delivery note was prepared on 9th of April 2025. We go to, I want you to mark the years, Chair.
Yes.
When these deliveries have been done. From 2023, the deliveries have been done in 2025. Go to Kapembwa Day Secondary School. You delivered on 26th of March 2025. Let's go to MPULUNGU Primary. Are you there? MPULUNGU Primary, you delivered on 25th of March 2025. Let's go to Kawama Primary, 9th of April 2025. Kapondwe Primary, 8th of April 2025. All these, Chair, the deliveries have been done in 2025. My question to this council, MPULUNGU Town Council, you go all the way, all of them. My question to MPULUNGU Town Council is, why have you taken too long to deliver these desks? I'm very aware that you are aware as well that this is a presidential directive, that no child must sit on the floor. You, MPULUNGU Town Council, you take your own direction, you work at your own pace, you don't heed to presidential directives. Why did you take this long? Children have been sleeping on the floor. Money you have, given by the government. Implementation on your end is what is a problem. So why have you taken too long to deliver these desks? I submit, Chair, before we ask a follow-up question.
Council Secretary.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
You can ask the Director Engineering. He can help us. Go ahead.
Yes, I was trying to say the delay was due to some contractors or those who were given these contracts to construct the desks. They delayed to complete the construction of the desks.
Is that your answer? Is that your answer? There was no period from 2023. You allowed them to come and complete this year, last month, and you can just say, no, it's due to them. What was the contractual period? Director Engineering, what was the contractual period for the desks? Because you are aware, CS, that the President directed that 2023, end of 2023, all the desks were supposed to have been delivered. But if you go and stand before government and say, no, there are delays. Director Engineering. Director Engineering.
Thank you, Chair. I think for 2023, this we had about four contractors who did not honor the delivery of all the desks. So we had to.
My question is, what was the contractual period? First, to start with.
It was 5 months, Chair.
Starting when? Can you give us the commencement of the contracts? Give us a document that will prove when they started doing that. Do you have the document?
Okay. No, unfortunately, Chair, we have not attached the contract document.
But you know that this is on the main report. It's a query. So you couldn't get the documentations around the issue when you knew that this is one of the queries. So if it was 5 months, it means you gave them these contracts in January this year. Is that the position? Sir, are you the Director Engineering?
Yes, Chair.
Were you there in 2023?
No, in 2023, I was there in the last part of 2023. It was November 2023. Yes.
When did the contracts commence?
Okay, Chair, for these desks that were, because I wanted to explain like this.
Go ahead, explain. We are listening.
In 2023, we had about 2,800 desks that were supposed to be delivered. But however, we about 4 contractors only delivered partially. So there were about 470 desks, which were later procured in 2024. So I think, which were later procured in 2024 by different contractors. So I think this is the same contracts that we are talking about. So in terms of the 470 discs, so they were later delivered.
Too many things on. So what was the what figure did you advertise in 2023? Do you have the advert, the contract, the advert for the desks in 2022? And do you have a breakdown of each contractor, the 4 of them, how many they are getting?
Unfortunately, Chair, we have not attached the breakdown.
But why didn't you get all those things? We need them because we cannot get your submission orally.
No,
we would have called you from MPULUNGU on a phone, other than asking you to come here if we needed an oral submission.
No, we regret, Chair, but however, it can still be presented if you allow us to. We regret.
We don't know how authentic that one will be. Don't know how, yes. Go
Chair,
ahead.
even on the same. Seriously, you are saying the desks that have been delivered are 1,370. But when you go through your delivery notes, are they giving us 1,370?
Are we able to do a quick addition?
I have done a quick addition, Chair.
Let's go to another question.
To confirm whether he's able.
Okay, maybe you can ask another question so that him add it, then we'll come back to it.
All right, Chair.
Yes, we'll come back to that question. Do some addition. Somebody else to do that. Do the addition. Are you able to? Because we don't want to get it from. Yes.
Thank you so much. Then we go to page 12. poor workmanship, rehabilitation of
Page,
Kasakararo Health Post.
let's go to page 12.
As you are adding, me have added, I haven't gotten
Page 12.
1,370. Yes, Chair, page 12.
Yes.
Yes, are we there on page 12?
Excellent.
Chair, through you, this is
Started from
a rehab.
Should we have started from page 11 or the 2?
Oh, okay. We got to page 11. We start
Yes.
from page 11.
Yes,
Poor
sir.
workmanship,
11 and 12.
because 11 and 12, they are almost
Yeah.
they are almost the same, Chair.
Yes.
Now my question here, Chair. My first question is: how often do you monitor your projects in MPULUNGU Town Council to allow wastage of resources in such a manner through poor workmanship? How often do you monitor?
Director Engineering. Director Engineering.
Thank you, Chair.
Yes.
In terms of how often, okay, I would not be in the position to put the period, say maybe between 3 months or, but we do inspect regularly. Maybe we do a schedule. We look at the critical stages. So we usually monitor according to the critical stages.
So you don't have a program that you go maybe monthly or twice in a month?
No, Chair, for example, like for a construction project, we would do our monitoring just on those critical stages. For instance, maybe setting out, if someone is constructing a 1x3, we would ensure that during the setting out we are there. Then maybe before they do the pouring of the concrete, so we do stage them so that we are not there every day.
So now on these two projects, page 11 and page 12, what's your comment? At which point did you realize that actually this was poor workmanship? At which point, you as an engineer?
Thank you, Chair. So these are 2023 projects. But however, I would say that we regret that there was this poor workmanship on both on Kasakarawe and the.
When it comes to workmanship, when it comes to contracts, projects, and stuff like that, we're supposed to be the first one to detect the poor workmanship. Is it the auditor or the engineer? Who is more knowledgeable between the two?
Thank you, Chair. It's the engineer, Chair.
So why should it take the auditor to tell you that this is poor workmanship? So if the auditor didn't pass through there, you wouldn't have detected that this is poor workmanship, isn't it? Zambian engineers. Yes, sir.
I'm happy, Chair, that Director Engineering is saying he regrets. At whose cost is that regret? And which are the critical points to you in a building? Because here, beam filling was not well done. To you, this is not very important. The window panes were broken. To you, this is not important. It's not critical. Then this is on the 1x3 classroom or 1x2 classroom block. Then we come to the rehab of the health post. Here the paint was still peeling off and no door handles. To you, this is not critical. and you say you regret. So according to you, or you just tell us what transpired, this was whose cost? The regret is on whose cost?
Director Engineering.
Thank you, Chair. We instructed the contractors, both the contractor that was doing Chauru and the other one, to redo the works at their own expense, of which
You wrote to them?
Yes.
Do you have a document?
Yeah, the documents are attached.
On the appendix what?
Appendix 8.
Appendix C? Appendix what?
Appendix is 7 and 8.
7 and 8. Yes.
Through you, Chair. Chair, you asked a question. I have seen these letters. You asked the engineer the question, Engineer Biswe Omupeyo, that does the engineer want to be being pushed by auditors? First of all, you want auditors to be identifying these errors that your contractors make. You can't identify them. Then you want to be being pushed by auditors to go and rectify those errors. And then, what then is your role in the council as an engineer? Those questions, Chair, were not answered.
Engineer, what's your comment?
Thank you, Chair. I think the case of Kasakarawe Health Post, the defects were noted after the defect liability period. So after the defect liability period, so we did inspect. So the time we were doing the final payment, everything was okay. But however, after a period of time, that's when the peeling off started. So otherwise, we regret, Chair, that it was the auditors that observed that that those defaults. But that's my submission, Chair.
Let's go to page 32 and page 15. I mean. Question about disbursement of empowerment funds to unregistered clubs. And irregular payments of empowerment grants to beneficiaries without application forms. Those two questions. The first response from management is, management acknowledges the Auditor General's observation and wishes to state that this was due to registration documents for 11 beneficiaries being misplaced during the change of hands as officers. Change of hands. I don't even understand. What's that? What's change of hands in the first place? These hands, you remove them, and then what's that? What's
you,
the
Chair.
change of hands? If you can just describe that.
Yes.
Mm.
I think it's the wording. What was meant here is the transfers which are officers were transferred from MPULUNGU to another council.
Is
So
it during the handovers? Is it handover? Did you mean handovers? During handovers? Because I'm meeting this English for the first time. Change of hands.
No, it was during handovers.
Okay. So now, you're saying due to the registration documents for 11 beneficiaries being misplaced during the handovers, management wishes to report that it had obtained second copies from the affected clubs and are now available. Management has since embraced technology to ensure that all the documents, such as a purpose that scanned upon receipt. So the query is, these were unregistered clubs. It has nothing to do with the handovers. So why did we pay the unregistered clubs? If we marry it with two irregular payments to empowerment, of empowerment grants to beneficiaries without forms, it's the same query. Why did we do that? Director Planning.
Thank you, Chair. Riding on what the Council Secretary had said, the challenge we had was the movement of officers because of transfers. But when you come to page 16, those forms, during the process by the CDF committee chairperson when he was signing, because of the bulkiness of the documentation, we had a few forms that were missed during the time of signing. Those are the ones that were being referred there as not being there.
That's not convincing. We are dealing with a lot of councils with more documentation than MPULUNGU. So now, because people are doing handovers, you don't mind this document is thrown this side, this document is thrown like this. You don't have the orderly way of doing things. By the way, when you are doing handovers, do you bring everything outside? Or do you take them to other offices? Or you just go in there using the checklist? We have these files, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These ones contain the loans. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These ones are grants. So when you say exchanging hands, you're doing what? What is difficult about that? Council Secretary.
Thank you, Chair. There is no problem with that.
Because what I believe is you come in a room like this one, in an office, it's orderly. The filing is in order. You have this cabin, you have these files. This one, you have this. Up to 11, you are saying, no, maybe it was handled. Just what kind of disorganization was happening at that time? Is that the position, a director of planning? Are you still submitting that it was during the handovers that you lost 12 clubs? The documentation. Is that the position?
Thank you, Chair. Chair, as we have indicated, this is what transpired. But the time was, there were about 3 officers. One should be with Lusaka City Council. So during that time, and I must admit
3 officers in one office?
No, who were managing this documentation.
What do you mean?
Like the movement of officers who were in that office. So during those changes, that's a time when we had this.
No, I'm not getting what you are saying, your submission. Where did the 3 officers come from here? We are talking about the 11 files. So how did the officers, the 3 of them, what were they doing? Is it the same position?
Thank you, Chair. Well, I'm referring to officers that got transferred who are responsible in this documentation.
No, whatever happens, you remain orderly in your operations. You remain orderly. Whether there are 50, they will still find 20 files here. They will still find 15 there here, no matter how many they are. So now we want to start jumping and start just guessing or bring assumptions. On number 2, irregular payments of empowerment, is it also to do with officers? Without forms, you paid. On the same page, query number 2. Page, yes. It's coming from page 15. So you paid without forms. Is it because of the office again? What was the problem there?
Thank you, Chair. The challenge we had here is, like I indicated, we had forms that were not endorsed by the CDFC chairperson.
You are not helping the community where you are operating from. You are not helping your council. You are not helping this government by your submissions. You are not helping. You can't blame that you go ahead, you approve and go ahead and paid those people. Then you want to blame to say, no, it's the turnover of the officers that were coming to MPULUNGU. Each officer, like you have been there. 2023 you were there. So who came after, were you transferred in 2023? Or the whole year you were there yourself?
No, Chair, I've been there.
You were there the whole year?
Yes.
So why are you blaming other officers coming in your office? CS, where are you blaming? You are CS now. And then tomorrow you say no, because officers have been transferred. But you are not affected. He was not affected in 2023. He was there January to December. So, sir, where are you getting the response of officers? That's very bad. We don't appreciate that response. We don't appreciate that submission. No. At least you can do better. You can tell us something that your people in MPULUNGU will be able to appreciate. And this goes down to show that actually you are officers. You don't take your roles or your positions or your duties seriously. You can't deliver service in this fashion. Yes, sir.
Chair, thank you. Through you. Just to, when you look at this particular query,
go down to number 4 as well.
From page 12, Chair, poor workmanship, or this one we have dealt with. Management of empowerment loans, failure to avail ownership documents for hammer mills. They allowed the Chair people to own these hammer mills that were gotten on a loan when the hammer mills are supposed to be in the names of the council. Because with them, Chair, MPULUNGU Town Council, they don't care. You go to H, management of secondary schools and skills development, bursary students without proof of completing skills courses. They don't care, Chair. Then you come to management of youth empowerment of grants. This is the same, yes. Then page 15, irregular payments of empowerment grants to beneficiaries without application forms. They are the same things you are talking about, Chair. They don't care. You go to page 16, irregular payments of empowerment grants to unapproved beneficiaries. Chair, even when a beneficiary is not approved in MPULUNGU, they pay. They don't care because it's not their money. You go to page 17, Chair, failure to attach NRCs to empowerment grants application forms. They don't care, Chair. MPULUNGU, with them, it's Kaufera. You go to page 18, Chair, misapplication of project funds by recipients. So, Chair, all these things are the things you have been talking about.
Yes.
Even in non-operational cooperatives, Chair, them they paid 182,000 kwacha, 209 They just pay in MPULUNGU. They don't care. They have got no passion whatsoever for government resources. MPULUNGU Town Council.
Thank you.
They are not seeing what they are supposed to do. With them, as long as, okay, just give. I don't know, Chair, whether they were giving to themselves or to the communities. That's why these queries are rising without proper documentations, because without proper documentation, Chair, through you, no payment is supposed to be done. But why were they making these payments without proper documentations? That's my question, Chair.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Mwende. Council Secretary, you are new at MPULUNGU, but you must watch this man here. You must watch Director Planning. There is no way. You heard the list that my colleague was reading. All these things are in his office. Attaching NRCs for 51, and then you spend more than 800,000. Whether they are Congolese he was giving, we don't know, because there are no NRCs, there are no copies. And he comes here casually, you know. He's answering like he has not wasted resources. Auditor General, we want you to go back to MPULUNGU and go and look at this particular issue. Go and look at what was happening in 2023. All these queries that we are not satisfied with as a committee, we want you to go and look at them. And it's our belief that the responses that are coming from our officer, the permanent witnesses are taking note. There is no way we can have 2, 3, 4 queries coming from one office. Just one office, the planning office. We want to get a report on this one. When we can move to the next decision on that. Oh, I see. Council Secretary, your submission from Honorable Mwene is the last query where you said you delivered 1,370. What we are getting here is 871. You said you delivered 1,370, but the addition is giving us 871. Are you trying to mislead this committee, or you want to be factual? I read for you Cap 12 when we just started our interactions, and I said unless you mislead. Is what you submitted in your report the correct position, and this one is not correct, the 871?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. What we submitted, that it's correct. Maybe it's just that some documentation were not fully attached to this.
No.
For the delivery notes.
So I'm saying what you submitted in both instances, the main report, 1,370 in the main report, okay? And then you have given us the attachments, the appendices. We have checked. Are you able to reconcile that and say it's true? Is the figure that is on the appendix the same as the one that is on the main report? Is it so?
No, Mr. Chair, they are not the same.
They are not the same?
Yes, Chair.
So what we are trying to imply, we have desk deficit in MPULUNGU, and you want to come here and pretend that all is well. That's what you are doing. So what would be the basis of believing your report now? Tell me, what would be the basis of us believing this report, whatever was submitted?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. What we had submitted, we based those on what is actually on the ground. That is what is on the ground in terms of the delivery of desks.
Thank you very much. You submitted 1,370. You submitted 871. You based those. Which one is on the ground? The two figures. Which figure is on the ground? Just be very careful with Cap 12. It's not a matter of, you know, you shouldn't trivialize it. Which one? Which one is on the ground? 870 or 1,370?
Mr. Chair, what we have attached for 870, I think that is what is there, since that is the evidence we have provided. We omitted the other documentations to make the total sum. So what is on paper is what is the correct figure. The evidence we have provided.
And your response here is showing that you have delivered everything, isn't it? In the main report. Because undelivered desks, 1,370, then delivered in your action report. Action taken, you have delivered 1,370. And now we are changing the statement. Do you wish to withdraw the one that is on the report, main report?
Yes, Mr. Chair, we can withdraw.
You must withdraw and apologize, since it's not the one that is on the ground, and you ask the auditor to do the same. Yes, sir.
In addition to the same, Chair, since he has withdrawn, where is the difference of the desks? You have withdrawn, that is not 1,370 desks that you supplied. Where is the deficit? Or you think that we don't read, eh?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The deficit, that is what we are saying, they were delivered, all of them. Although we haven't provided the full number of the delivery notes, because those were just some of the samples of the delivery notes. But otherwise...
You don't need to bring samples, yes. Don't implicate yourself in something. So all these are just samples that you are giving us, these files. These are supposed to be factual, you know, submissions. That's what we demand here. Not sample, not, you know, by the way. No. We need factual submission, and this is the reason as to why we confer you with immunity.
Yeah.
Sir, please go ahead.
Maybe the question to ask is where are the rest of the delivery notes? If they have them at the office, why can't they send them through WhatsApp, so that we believe that indeed the number that they are submitting, that they were all delivered, can be attested by giving us these delivery notes which are not attached to the report. Are they able, CS, are you able to send us the other delivery notes right away through WhatsApp so that we see? I submit, Chair.
Council Secretary, are you able to send one of your officers now? Actually, not one of your officers. The Director Engineering, to go outside and call the office to send the remaining delivery notes. Are you able to do that?
Yes, Mr. Chair, you can go and...
Director Engineering, please go and call somebody to send the documents now, before we adjourn. Okay? Yes, Honorable Mwene.
Thank you so much, Chair. I would like us to go to page 2. First question.
On page 2? Page 2.
On procurement of earth-moving equipment. Chair.
Yes.
MPULUNGU Town Council decided to procure an excavator, a water bowser, tipper trucks, roller compactor, bulldozer, yes, and yes, a motor grade. So now, on these equipment, Chair, MPULUNGU Town Council decided to, on page 3, use a limited bidding. My question is, why did you choose to go for a limited bidding? Because according to public procurement regulations of 2022, you know very well, CS and MPULUNGU Town Council, that you read the cause of query. Chair, we go through the cause of query, which is saying management wishes to acknowledge the auditor's observation and wishes to state that this was due to not finding signed copies, minutes containing the justification for use of limited bidding. However, justification was provided during procurement proceedings. This was followed by the local authority engagement with the Zambia Public Procurement Authority. Now, on their action taken, they are saying management wishes to report that the file containing the records of proceeding on justification for use of limited bidding is now available, together with the proof of engagement with the ZPPA for the procurement of earth-moving equipment using limited bidding. Where the question is, where the documents then? Because these are very important documents. When you look at the value of these equipment, it's about 16 million. And to you, 16 million, you handle it so casually, to the extent that proper document keeping is not in your mind as a council.
Okay.
So where were the documents? And why is it that they are found now? And what was the interest? What was the interest therein for the council to decide, Chair, to go into this limited bidding? Because
procurement
it's
officer.
not.
What is the procurement officer? Procurement officer. In the first question, was that lawful for you to use limited bidding?
Thank you, Chair. Chair, to be in brief, yeah, it is lawful enough because the power to use limited bidding was drawn from the main procurement committee.
All right, just there. Why are you trying to justify on something that was lawful?
Pardon?
Why were you saying the documents that they had the information for justification why you used the limited bidding, the documents were not there? So why were you justifying on something that is lawful?
A little bit behind the questions.
Okay.
The question is, you are saying limited bidding is lawful, isn't it? Yes. The question is, why were you justifying on something that you know is lawful?
Right.
That's the question.
Thank you.
Okay, just before you respond, Dr. General.
Thank you so much, Chair. Chair, even us, we had challenges to actually agree with the minutes that have been given to us. They are somehow inconsistent with what the submitted area. So what is on the file now and what was submitted during the audit, they are quite different.
Okay.
Maybe I can call my officer just to come and add to the same so that maybe we can give you context on why we had even raised this query.
Yes. Yes, yes. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Chair. So, just right on what the Director has mentioned, if we see in Appendix 1, where the Council has submitted the minutes which they are claiming that
Appendix 1. Yes.
They justified limited bidding. The minutes are dated July 2022.
July 2022.
Appendix 1, yes.
Okay.
July 2022.
Yes.
And then, of course, like they have agreed, the previous minutes that were submitted during the audit were not signed. as opposed to the minutes which were signed. We have copies, actually about 6 copies, which I think they are on that table, that were distributed where they procured this equipment and did not contain any sort of justification. So these minutes that are dated July 2022 are also inconsistent with the time that the procurement happened, because at this time in July 2022, that was before they actually did open national bidding in August 2022 for the same equipment, whose procurement did not go through because it was cancelled. And the council can actually agree to that. We also have evidence on the cancellation of the first procurement. So it is illogical, really, to justify limited bidding in 2022, July 2022, when the actual procurement where they use limited bidding now for the second procurement was in April 2023, which is way before the national open bidding was conducted in 2022. Thank you.
Thank you.
So the minutes, I think the minutes, like I said, submit to the committee through the chair.
You want to add something, Auditor? Okay. Procurement officer, the minutes that you are referring us to, no, don't switch off that. The minutes you are referring us to, switch off your mic. You are referring, the minutes you are referring us to, are they for 2023 or 2022? You put your mic on. Aye?
For 2023.
No, I'm saying the minutes that you have just read, the auditor has just read, are they for 2023 or 2022?
This is for 2022.
Sir, are you with me?
Yes.
It's for 20 what?
For 2022.
But you said, in the first place, you said what? What did you say in the first place?
The question, I thought maybe it's a combination.
No,
the reason why
you should not be thinking, and let me advise you that you're under Cap 12. You should not try to run before you walk. You understand, eh? We are not kids here. And we are not here to play Kalambe, if you have ever heard of that. Don't do that. We are on serious business. We expect you to submit to us documentally, not what you are thinking in your head. We are looking at this document. I'm asking you, the minutes that you have submitted, the minutes that you have read, is it 2022 or 2023? You are answering 2023. Again, you change, it's 2022. You take us for kangaroo court or something. Let's be serious. Let's be serious. I'm asking you a question. The minutes that we have here, are they for 2022?
Yes, this is for 2022.
The procurement was for which year?
Let me a little bit.
No. I want you to be answering my questions. The procurement was for which year?
For 2022, but the procurement was in 2023.
Sir, these are simple questions. For which year? 2019, 2020, 2006.
2022.
For which year?
2022.
The procurement was for 2022.
Yes.
And when did you procure?
2023.
2023.
Yes.
And the minutes to justify your procurement now on a limited bidding were for which year? Which gave you the mandate, according to you, which gave you the mandate is for which year?
It's for 2023.
Where are they?
Let me try to...
First, you have not responded to my earlier question that you are saying this limited bidding is lawful. At the same time, you are now looking for minutes to justify why you used that method. So the question I asked, why do you want to justify on something that is lawful?
All right, thank you very much. Chair, what happened was that in the first place, the advert was floated through the newspaper using the open national bidding. And thereafter, there was a complaint that was launched by one of the suppliers, and then the cancellation was done. So going by that, we said maybe we can go using limited method.
No, no, no. Sir, when you are responding to this committee, don't say, we said maybe we can go. We looked at this piece of registration and we decided to use this piece of registration. That's what that's the submission you are looking for. Not what you believed or as a council, what. We want you to legally give us the evidence, documentary evidence as to why you used that. Because when you look at 16 million, this is a lot of money, a lot of money. And this is a council that is not delivering in many areas. You even start twisting now so that it suits you on how you can procure these very expensive moving machines.
Chair, anyway, a brief explanation I can give is that I'm a little bit struggling to answer this question because some of these internal issues are perpetual successions. When it started, I was not there, and every time they were asking for the use of limited bidding, I was not part of the...
You do better to say, I have no knowledge on this. I came after the thing. But if you try to justify a wrong, then we'll tie you because you realize that you have the knowledge of this. If you have no knowledge about it, we'll give you a benefit of doubt. But this is one issue, Auditor General, that we want you to go and look at. We want you to go and look at what was the interest, or what was the rush, what was the motivation of doing that. The motivation behind that. That's what we want to hear. So, Director, yes, sir.
I was just agreeing with you, Chair. We take note.
Yes.
Thank you.
We can move on. Let's look at, yes.
Maybe before we leave, maybe one other reason that they should find out why were these, why were they not signed? These documents.
The minutes.
Yes, the minutes. Why were they not signed? Was there anything you found on the ground that they said it was because of this that the minutes were not signed, or what?
Chair, at first when we queried, the client was raising response to us that they had not actually sat because they were using limited bidding. But like I was saying, to our surprise, when now we are coming here, we are seeing new minutes. This for 16th of July 2022, where they are justifying now that they've gone to do, to sit for the same procurement. I think that's what we are trying to drive to, Chair.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, through you. Before we leave, when did you come to MPULUNGU? Use the microphone, please.
June 2023.
June 2023.
Yes.
So by June 2023, you found this at which stage?
He actually sat in this meeting. This meeting was July.
On procurement.
Yes, you sat in this meeting, isn't it? So since you sat in this meeting, where is the complaint letter that one of the suppliers provided that led you to cancel the first procurement process? The one that you have just mentioned, to say no, one of the suppliers did what? Complained. So where is the complaint letter?
I think on the appendix, it's appendix 2. But this is the letter that came from ZPPA, the one that you have attached, yes.
But procurement officer, did you attend the meeting for July 16th, 2023? 2022, I mean. Is it 2023? Did you attend that meeting?
I couldn't remember very well because I was new at the station.
You were new at the station. You can't remember.
That was the time I was reporting.
Okay. All right. We'll leave that one. Yes. Another. Have you brought? Yeah, we are waiting for you. Have you brought the? Switch off the mic, procurement officer.
Thank you. Where is the procurement officer that was there then?
This time around, she's no longer in employment. She's no longer in local government.
Where is she?
I don't know exactly this time around.
Okay.
CS, where is she?
I don't know exactly, madam.
The former
By the
says
time I went there,
about the
You
former.
know, you know why I'm very concerned, Chair? This amount is too big.
No. They will
The
deal-
amount
they
is
will deal
too
with it.
big to go for a limited bidding.
They will deal with it.
Yes, it's too big. It raises eyebrows to see the procurement of such a big equipment just
Okay.
to go like that.
Okay, Director Engineering. You have the documents now?
Chair, I've called the officer, so he will scan them, then we'll be able to send. He's still scanning.
Okay. Need to speak to Secretariat. CS, like I have indicated, your report is not an impressive one. I don't know why we fail when others are thriving, when others are doing extremely well within the geographical, area. Doing extremely well, but others are struggling. What could be the problem? The problem is nothing but management. It's the way we do things. But want to assure you that these queries will not go unanswered. We'll make sure that your parent ministry, the commission, they're able to see, they're able to hear, they're able to witness, and we'll give them everything they need to be able to get councils like MPULUNGU back on the right track. Government's intention in increasing the CDF is to make sure that the poor are able to get something out of it, that the right beneficiaries are able to get. They're able to get the benefits. You cannot have a director, a planner who is going to pay anyone without the NRC, without any documentation, and approve the clubs and cooperatives to just pay. Just what kind of carelessness is that? And are you the right people to drive the agenda of development in MPULUNGU? Because the government depends on you. This money that has been sent to MPULUNGU is to make sure that the lives of the people are, are uplifted. But if what is obtaining is what we are seeing in these files, then Council Secretary, it's a sad, it's a sad thing to experience. We want to urge you, Council Secretary, to make sure that you put your house in order. We are not impressed with this report, but we are not here to punish people. We are not here to do what. We are here to make sure that the queries that are coming from the Auditor General's report are clarified by you. And that's the whole thing. That's the whole instance we call you here. It's just clarification. We don't need anything. Internal auditor, are you here? You were in MPULUNGU all this time, 2023, and you have seen these issues. Where did you write, especially on the 16 million? Did you query that, or it was okay with you? Did you, any comment?
I tried to follow. I thought it's the right, it is the right procedure because they engaged the ZPPA.
No, you are a learned man. You can't say I tried to follow, then you stopped somewhere. You should be able, when you're submitting before the committee, you should be able to say, no, these are the steps I took, these are the steps I took until I reached here, and I did a memo to management that my understanding is like this. We're supposed to be showing us evidence, in writing. Not say, no, I did follow. Maybe you followed up to that window, then you stopped. Switch off your mic. we expect you to perform better than this, Council Secretary. And this marks the end of our interaction. But like I've indicated, your report doesn't meet the minimum acceptable standard. Minimum, your report. The responses that are coming from your officers, so uncoordinated. You can't follow. And if your people are following in MPULUNGU, we will soon start hearing the stories that you have heard in other local authorities where the people are up in arms because of their representatives' interaction with the committee, because of the submission that they have brought before the committee. We wish you well as you continue working very hard, and the immunity is withdrawn. Travel as you go back to MPULUNGU.
Thank you, Chair.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much. You are watching Parliamentary Television, the only station dedicated to bringing Parliament closer to you. Today, 19th May 2025, the Committee on Local Government Accounts has continued to receive submissions from various local authorities, and today we did have Mongwe Town Council, which appeared before the committee earlier in the morning, and we also had MPULUNGU Town Council, which also appeared before the committee. Now the committee is considering the report of the Auditor General on the Constituency Development Fund for the financial year ended 31st December 2023. For this afternoon, I'll be a presenter, Joe Muyunda Akatama, and of course, my two sign language interpreters, Chola Kaoma and Jason Manda. Those are following the proceedings on our official Facebook page, that's the National Assembly of Zambia. Thank you so much, and we urge you to continue doing so that we can be able to follow the proceedings right here on your favorite channel, the only station dedicated to bringing Parliament closer to you. And of course, we still do expect Lavu Shimanda to reappear before the committee. Now, Lavu Shimanda Town Council did appear before the committee last week, and the committee did encourage the council to reappear before the committee. So they'll be coming shortly right here. I do urge you to stay glued and don't move an inch. Good afternoon.